युहुन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीहिप्तिश्चापि वृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। 83 हेतुः कर्मैव लोके सुखतदितरयोः एवमज्ञो विदित्वा मित्रं वा शत्रुरित्थम् व्यवहरति मृषा याज्ञवल्क्यार्थभागौ। यत्कर्मैवोचतुः प्राक् जनकनृपगृहे चक्रतुस्तत्प्रशंसाम् वंशोत्तंसो यदूनाम् इति वदति न कोऽप्यत्र तिष्ठत्यकर्मा। वृक्षच्छेदे कुठारः प्रभवति यदयम् पाणिनोऽद्यस्तथापि प्रायोऽन्नं तृप्तिहेतुः तदपि निगिलनं कारणं भोक्तृयत्नः। प्राचीनं कर्म तद्वत् विषमसमफलप्राप्तिहेतुस्तथापि स्वातन्त्र्यं नश्वरेऽस्मिन् न हि खलु घटते प्रेरकोऽस्यान्तरात्मा। स्मृत्या लोके तु वर्णाश्रमविहितमदः नित्यकाम्यादिकर्म सर्वं ब्रह्मार्पणं स्यात् इति निगमगिरः संगिरन्तेति रम्यम्। यन्नासानेत्रजिह्वा करचरणशिरः श्रोत्रसन्तर्पणेन तुष्येदङ्गीव साक्षात् तरुरिव सकलो मूलसन्तर्पणेन। यः प्रैत्यात्मानभिज्ञः श्रुतिविदपि तथा कर्मकृत् कर्मणोऽस्य नाशः स्यादल्पभोगात् पुनरवतरणे दुःखभोगो महीयान्। आत्माभिज्ञस्य लिप्सोः अपि भवति महान् शाश्वतः सिद्धिभोगः। यात्मा तस्मादुपास्यः खलु तदधिगमे सर्वसौख्यान्यलिप्सोः। सूर्याद्यैरर्थभानं न हि भवति पुनः केवलैर्नात्र चित्रम्। सूर्यात् सूर्यप्रतीतिः न भवति सहसा नापि चन्द्रस्य चन्द्रात्। अग्नेरग्नेश्च किन्तु स्फुरतिरविमुखम् चक्षुषश्चित्प्रयुक्तात्। आत्मज्योतिस्ततोऽयम् पुरुषैहमहो देवतानां च चित्रम्। So the previous verse that we just now rendered, 87, speaks of this Atma Jyoti. So that is something which is superior to all other Jyoti. Now, there could be a doubt with reference to prana. There are lots of discussions even with respect to prana. So, is prana the most important factor? So, in that connection, there is an interesting verse which has been composed by Bhagavad Pada. So, regarding what prana is, how does it function, and so on and so forth. In the purport of this verse is basically pranasya prana uta chakshushas chakshuhu. We have this statement in Upanishad. So pranasya prana uta chakshushas chakshuhu, shrotrasya shrotram, manaso mano, and so on and so forth. Here, in order to elucidate that, he also introduces the kind of activities that is being carried out by what we call as prana. In fact, in this context, we need to know that this word prana has been used in several senses in Upanishads. Wherever we need to understand as mukhya prana, so they will add this adjective mukhya prana. What is mukhya prana? What is amukhya prana? In fact, there are 3-4 senses in which the word prana has been employed. Prana is used to refer to Brahman itself. Prana is used to refer to the energy, the life energy, which we call as mukhya prana. Prana is used to refer to Indriyani. Prana is also used to refer to the dwaras in this. They are all gauna prayoga. Navadvare pure dehi. We have this. In a similar manner, Navavai purushe prana. So there is Nabhir Dashami. So there the word prana is used to refer to the dwaras in our sharira through which the vayus keep coming and going. So that is also referred to as prana. Okay, that is gauna prayoga. We need to understand. Let us keep this in mind and let us read this verse and then we will see in great detail what is being stated in the verse. Pranenam bhamsi bhuyaha.
Pranenam bhamsi bhuyaha. Pranenam bhamsi bhuyaha.
Pibati punarasau.
Pibati punarasau. Pibati punarasau.
Annamashnati tatra.
Annamashnati tatra. Annamashnati tatra.
Tatpahakam jatharognihi.
Tatpakam jatharognihi. Tatpakam jatharognihi.
Tadupahita balaha.
Tadupahita balaha. Tadupahita balaha.
Drakshanairva karoti.
Drakshanairva karoti.
Drakshanairva karoti. Vyanas sarvanganadishvathanayati rasam.
Vyanas sarvanganadishvathanayati rasam. Vyanas sarvanganadishvathanayati rasam.
Pranasantarpanartham.
Pranasantarpanartham. Pranasantarpanartham.
Nissaharam putigandham.
Nissaram putigandham. Nissaram putigandham.
Tyajati bahirayam.
त्यजति बहिरयं त्यजति बहिरयं
देहतोपानसंज्ञः
देहतोपानसंज्ञः देहतोपानसंज्ञः
प्राणेनम्भंसि भूयः पिबति पुनरसौ अन्नमश्नाति तत्र. So it starts with this statement, Pranena ambhamsi bhuyaha pibati. Kaha pibati? Asau pibati. So there is a word asau here. This asau here refers to the Purusha who was referred to in the previous verse. Asau jivatma, asau jivaha kim karoti pranena ambhamsi bhuyah pibati. Ayam pranena pibati. So this is how we need to understand. This is like this. Ayam chakshusha pashyati. Suppose you say. So this person sees through chakshu. Means there is a certain vyapara which is being done by prana. And that vyapara, so it is basically a sort of a karana. So that is used in that sense. Asau chakshusha pashyati. Asau shrotrena shrunoti. Similarly, asau pranena pibati. Kim pibati? Ambhamsi pibati. Ambhamsi means water. Any liquid, coffee, tea, water. Pranena ambhamsi pibati. In fact, this tea break is called jalpan. In Hindi, they call it as jalpan. Jalpan. Jalam means jalam plus something. Pranena ambhamsi pibati. Bhuyah pibati. Again and again he keeps consuming. Okay. And pranena pibati means, so what he says is like kutharena chenati. So without the help of prana functioning in a particular way, the water cannot go in. Okay. So it can go up to gala. But gala adhodesha sanyoga. So this cannot happen without prana functioning properly. So that vayu has to come out, has to give room for this to go in. Okay. So this is what is described. Pranena ambhamsi bhuyah pibati asau purushaha. So whether it is liquid or solid, so it is only with the assistance of prana. So this is being done. So then he says, Annamashnati. Bhuyaha annamashnati. So once we sit, we put various things. So if prana malfunctions, then it will come through nose and you will be stuck. Okay. So therefore, he is just saying, so that vayu, so which is performing this action of taking in substances to their appropriate places. This is an action which is being done. So this is what is described as prana as we see here. Okay. Prana is a certain vayu. So of course it just goes in and goes out. So that is also called prana also. Pranenambhamsi bhuyah pibati. Punaha asau. This punaha can be taken later also. Asau pibati annamashnati. So I told you that this bhojanam essentially is anything that is taken through this to jathara. Okay, that udara, wherever it goes. So that action is performed by, or rather is assisted by this prana. Then he goes on and then says, Tatra. So Tatra here refers to wherever this food that you have consumed goes and reaches. Punaha again. Punaha again, prana assists in certain other vyapara. So that is what is described in the second quarter of the verse. So punaha means again. Punaha tatra, what does it do? Tadupahita balaha jatharognihi. Tadupahita balaha. So jatharognihi. See, we conceive of this Agni. So this fire is something which basically processes something. Some sort of a aushnya, whatever is required for the processing of the food. So that is what is called Jatharognihi. Okay. Jatharognihi Tadupahita balaha. So through the word Tat, you have to take prana. So assisted by prana. Tadupahita balaha means by the strength that is offered by this prana. Okay. So externally we have seen that Vayu assists prana. In fact, whether Vayu should be considered as prana or prana should be considered different than Vayu. So there is an interesting discussion in Brahma Sutra Bhashya. So there is one Adhikarana, Na Vayu Kriye Prithagupadeshat. This is a sutra. Maybe little later we will come to that. So this prana should not be conceived as Vayu or Kriya itself. So this is what sutra as it is literally means. Na Vayu Kriye Vai Prithagupadeshat. That is the hetu. Anyway, we will come back to that little later. So Tatpakam Jatharognihi Tadupahita balaha. Tadupahita balaha. So Tatpakam here, so there are various tat. You have to carefully understand. So this Tatpakam here refers to Grihitasya Annasya Pakam. Okay. So that tat refers to whatever that you have consumed in the form of fluid or solid. Okay. So Tatpakam Jatharognihi Tadupahita balaha. Tadupahita balaha Pakam karoti. Pakam karoti means it processes the food that you have consumed. Okay. So processes the food that has been consumed. And the processing varies with the individual. So Bhagavad Pada says, Drakshanayirva. For some people, the processing is done very quickly and efficiently. For some people, the processing is done the other way around. So, Drakshanay, apdiye pottad apdiye ukkandirukkanum. So, the food that has been consumed is just sitting in my stomach. So, processing is not done. So, there also we need some anugraha. Anyway, so Drakshanayirva karoti. Okay, according to Prarabdha, that food will be turned. So Drak Shanayirva. Drak means quickly. Shanayirva means slowly. Drak Shanayirva karoti. Of course, it also depends upon the nature of food. The nature of food, your own prarabdha, all will contribute. Drak Shanayirva karoti. So having said that, he moves on to something else. So there is a certain process which is involved in taking in and in processing the food that has been consumed in. And here prana plays a crucial role. So there is whatever plays a crucial role, you call it as prana. Tadupahita balaha pakam karoti. Having said that, then he says, Vyanas sarvanganadishu atha nayati rasam. So then, so this has been processed. Certain enzymes will be created. And whatever that is created has to be taken to various parts of the body to supply the necessary energy to various cells. So he says, Vyanaha. Who does this? He says, Vyana does this operation. Vyana sarvanga nadishu atha nayati. Kim nayati? Rasam nayati. Rasa means the essence of what you have consumed has been brought out separately, and that is being carried by Vyana. Where? To all parts of the body. Vyanaha sarvanganadishu. Okay. So through the channel, and that is what you call as nadi. Sarvanganadishu athanayati rasam. Then you have a phrase wherein you find the word prana once again. Prana santarpanartham. What does it mean? Pranasya santarpanam. Prana santarpanartham. So this has to be understood in two different ways. Here, the word prana should also be understood as referring to various indriyas. Prananam santarpanam, prana santarpanam. So in order to facilitate the function, rather please, santarpanam means pleasing, literally. So santarpanam is basically by which you make the person satisfied. Okay. So prana santarpanartham. So prananam santarpanam means, so this indriyas is what you have to understand. So these indriyas, for them to execute their own actions, okay, so the action of seeing, action of hearing, action of running, whatever, prana sankalpanartham, that will happen only when the necessary rasa is being supplied to them. So if that does not go, then it will not function. In fact, experiments have been done. In Chandogya Upanishad, there is an episode in the Sadvidya, wherein the student just asks the Guru, so what happens to the Anna and so on and so forth. So he says it is the Anna which you consume, which supplies the necessary energy for them to function properly, is what he is saying. So he was a little doubting. So then he says, may you stop eating. So he says, so completely stop. No, consume some water. Okay, so this fellow does it for a few days. And then he survives, but the indriyas are not functioning properly. And he comes to the Guru and then he says, now you tell me whatever you have learned from me. So he is unable to recall. Okay, so the antahkarana is not functioning. Okay, then the Guru says, now go and eat and come. So then he asks him to chant. So he will do all the mantras. Then he says, now you will realize what is happening. Okay. So there is an episode in order to demonstrate this in Chandogya, which is narrated. So prana santarpanartham. So indriyanam santarpanartham. So this indriya refers to pancha jnanendriya, pancha karmendriya, as well as buddhi, mana. Okay, for all of them to function. If you do not eat for 10 days, will you be able to run? Not be possible. So that is what is being stated. Prana santarpanartham rasam nayati. When you say rasam nayati, so then there is something which is left out. You understand? So when you go to this juice stall, so they will extract the juice. So something else will come out. That is to be discarded, right? So that is what is described in the fourth quarter of the verse. So the rasa is extracted, okay, and what remains is nirasa. Okay, so that has to be thrown out, and that which assists this operation is what is called as apana. Okay? So toward the end of the verse, you will see apana samnyaha. So whatever assists in trying to push, okay, out what has to be pushed out of the body, okay. So the nirasa fluid has to go out, the nirasa solid also has to go out. So that is described in the fourth quarter. He says apana samnyaha ayam. So ayam apana samnyaha. Ayam means the same vayu. So called as apana, apana samnyaha, apana iti samnyaha, apana samnyaha. What does he do? Dehataha nissaram puti gandham tyajati. So nissaram puti gandham tyajati. Having extracted the rasa, whatever remains, okay, so that nirasa padartha, nissara padartha. Not only nissara, he is also describing it as puti gandha. Puti gandha means kutsita gandha, that which stinks. Okay. Puti gandham tyajati, tyajati, bahihi tyajati. Okay. So leaves out of the body. Okay. Dehataha bahihi tyajati. So whatever assists this is what we call as apana. Now there are two more things which we list. Panchavrittihi vayuhu. So there is a list of 5, and we usually even offer. So when we eat, so we say pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha, vyanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya swaha. So here Acharya has listed 3. Now I was just looking into some other text which gives a more detailed description of what this prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. So that was very interesting, and I thought I should just share with you. So there is a more graphic description, so it is useful to know. So therefore let us read those verses. There, see, we have this upasana in which we give a certain form. So this is something which has been perceived by those yogis, and they give some form, some rupa, so some nama, so all that is done. So it starts with this description of prana, and it will end with samana. Okay, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. So we'll see more detailed discussion of all these 5. And then perhaps we can take up what is given in Sutra Bhashya. Indranila pratikasham.
Indranila pratikasham. Indranila pratikasham.
Prana rupam prakirtitam.
Prana rupam prakirtitam. Prana rupam prakirtitam.
Asya nasikayor madhye.
Asya nasikayor madhye. Asya nasikayor madhye.
Hrinmadhye nabhimadhyage.
Hrinmadhye nabhimadhyage.
Hrinmadhye nabhimadhyage. Pranalaya iti prahuhu.
Pranalaya iti prahuhu. Pranalaya iti prahuhu.
Padangushthepi kechana.
Padangushthepi kechana. Padangushtepi kechana.
This is description of prana. What does it say? So it gives a certain color. Indranila pratikasham. So Indranila is a mani, so it can be considered as sapphire. Indranila pratikasham. So that is the color which is ascribed to this. Pranarupam prakirtitam. Then it says, where does it reside? This color etc. is all for some upasana. Okay, so that Asya nasikayor madhye. So what are the places in which it performs major activity? Asya nasikayor madhye. See, so this is a very important thing. So if you find here, Acharya was initially saying, whatever you consume is being taken inside. Okay. So asyam can refer to mukham. This mukham can refer to face, mukham can refer to mouth also. So here you have to take it as mouth. Asya nasikayor madhye, the channel in between. Okay, that is where sometimes it comes out. Okay, when it does not go in properly. So therefore he is saying Asya nasikayor madhye. This is one thing. The other thing that he says is Hrinmadhye. Okay, Hrinmadhye means the heart also. Okay, so there is a certain pumping action which is happening there. So Hrinmadhye Nabhimadhyage. See, almost the same thing has been described here. So the function is to take things in properly. The function is to process things exactly in the stomach. Okay? And then of course in between, so Hridayam also he is saying. So this is the activity of prana which is being described. Indranila pratikasham pranarupam prakirtitam asya nasikayor madhye hrinmadhye nabhimadhyage pranalaya iti prahu. Alaya means where he resides. So alaya, vidyalaya, aushadhalaya. Pranalaya iti prahu padangushthepi kechana. So this has something to do with padangushthepi kechana. So there is a certain episode, I think this is in Aitareya Upanishad, wherein he describes what enters into the body through various. So once you have a certain sharira, so there is a description that the prana enters through this. Okay, through this, exits through that. So the entry point is the pada, and therefore he is saying padangushthepi kechana. Kechana means kechana shakhinaha evam vadanti. Okay, padangushthepi kechana. So this is description of prana. Then we have the description of apana. Apanayatyapanoyam.
Apanayatyapanoyam. Apanayatyapanoyam.
Aharancha malarpitam.
Aharancha malarpitam. Aharancha malarpitam.
Shukram mutram tathotsargam.
Shukram mutram tathotsargam. Shukram mutram
tathotsargam. Apanastena marutaha.
Apanastena marutaha. Apanastena marutaha.
Indragopa pratikashaha.
Indragopa pratikashaha. Indragopa pratikashaha.
Sandhya jaladasannibhaha.
Sandhya
jaladasannibhaha. Sandhya jaladasannibhaha. Sacha medhre cha payau cha.
Sacha
medhre cha payau cha. Sacha medhre cha payau cha. Urvakshakshanajānushu. 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 Janghodare krikatyancha. Janghodare krikatyancha.
Janghodare krikatyancha.
Nabhimule cha tisthati.
Nabhimule cha tisthati.
Nabhimule cha tisthati. So there is some interesting description of where the Apana Vayu resides. So several places are listed here. So he starts with a description through which you will be able to understand the very phrase Apana. Why is it called Apana? And there he starts by saying Apanayati. So this can be understood in two ways, the word. Nayati means takes, Anayati means brings. So if you add this, Apanayati, you can say. Okay. Apa, whenever you add this upasarga, so it gives various meanings. Basically, in normal classical Sanskrit, Apanayati means takes away. Okay. Apanayati. So Apanayati means takes away. Here you can think of the word ang. Okay. So completely takes away. So it can be understood in that sense. Apanayati. Okay. So or you can understand it as anayati, and then with apa it gives a negative, and then apanayati. Okay. So whichever way you can understand the term. So apanayati, apanoyam, apanahayam. Apanayati what? The same ahara which can be processed, which went in, but malarpitam. So malarpitam means that which has been trashed out. Okay. That which has been trashed out by a certain process, so it enables to discard from the sharira. Apanayatyapanoyam maharancha malarpitam. Then he further, not only that, so shukram mutram tathotsargam. Okay. Shukram refers to that semen, that fluid. Mutram. Okay. So then he says tatha utsargam. Utsarga has various meanings in Sanskrit. Utsargaha. In fact, Utsarga apavadanyaya. So Utsarga and apavada is a phrase. I was just thinking about this word Utsarga. So this Utsarga apavada, here when you say Utsarga means so something which is normally applied. Apavada is something which is a special rule. Okay. So this is something which is special. So this special thing is what is called apavada, and utsarga is the common general rule. Okay. So this is how we generally understand the term utsarga and apavada. In fact, this Shravana Purnima is called as Adhyaya Upakrama Karma, whatever we do. Adhyaya Upakrama means beginning. Okay. And there is a ritual which is being generally done, which is called Kamokarshit. And there the Sankalpa will be Adhyaya Utsarjana Akarana Prayashchitartham Kamokarshi Japam Karishye. This is what we say. So for not performing the Utsarjana, for not performing Utsarga, so Taishyam Paurnamasyam, in a 6 months Purnami later. Okay, so this is generally falls in July, August, sometime it falls. So 6 months later in another Purnima, one is supposed to do this Utsarga, Utsarjana. So since the Utsarjanam means something which is being dropped out, Utsaranam Utsaranam means something which is dropping, leaving out. This is what is called Utsaranam. What is Utsaranam? In fact, Upakrama means you have to start. Start means you should have stopped somewhere. So earlier times, people used to do this. So 6 months they used to do Vedadhyanam, and 6 months they will do some other Adhyanam. Okay? Shastra, Vedanga, whatever. So Prakarana, Sutra, various other sutras, that is what they used to do. So that is called Utsarga. So there also a ritual is to be performed. And once it is performed, so you do study something else for 6 months and once again come back to Veda. So this is how it used to be done in those days. That is how the karma becomes meaningful. So otherwise, prarambha, Vedarambham karishye. Vedarambham you are already doing. So which means 6 months later, in order to just see that, see for 6 months you do complete rote memorization, saswaram of some part. So in the other 6 months, so you learn Sanskrit, you learn certain other things which will facilitate the understanding of Veda. So that is how it used to be in those days. Anyway, so that is one kind of Utsarga. So there Utsarga and Apavada, so when you say, so in the wake of Apavada, that Utsarga can be dropped. So even in there, you can just understand the Utsarga is something which is the general principle is dropped in the wake of some special case. Understand? So there also you can understand Utsarga in that sense. Anyway, so the Utsarga is basically leaving out something. In fact, there is a beautiful usage of Utsarga in Meghaduta. I will read half of the verse. Sthitva tasmin vanacharvadhu bhukta kunje muhurtam toyotsargadruta taragatihi tatparam vartmatirnaha. A beautiful description in Meghaduta. He says, Sthitva tasmin, this Megha, he is just saying you will be passing this place, that place, that place. And then somewhere he says you will go to the house. And then there they will not leave you. You will be fed with sumptuous food. Okay, so Deepavali is coming. So you will have all that. And having consumed there, consumed where? Vanacharavadhu. See, those are all some forest dwellers. In fact, my friend used to say, so he used to go for bird watching to Himalayan places. And then these Vanacharavadhus, so they will be with great warmth, they will be welcoming people. And absolutely nothing, even if you give, they don't care. So it is my duty to receive you and offer you something. In fact, he used to share some very interesting anecdotes, very touching. So that is what he is saying. Vanacharavadhu bhukta kunje, having eaten there, may you stay for some time. Muhurtam sthitva, having stayed there. Then he says, see, toyot sargadruta taragatihi. So then shower there itself, so that you will become light. So he is describing the Megha. See? So toyot sarga, utsarga means leaving out the weight that you carry with you. So head weight you have to leave. Toyot sargadruta taragatihi tatparam vartmatirnaha. So there, the reason for saying is, this utsarga, sometimes you have to understand as bhava vyutpatti and sometimes you have to understand as karma vyutpatti. Okay? So here in this shloka, see, tathot sargam. So you have to see the way utsrijyate iti utsargaha. When you do the vyutpatti, it will become karma. So that which is dropped out. So if you want to describe the action, so then you have to do bhava vyutpatti. Okay? Utsaranam utsargaha. When you say it is bhava vyutpatti. Anyway, so this is described. So this apanas activity. So shukram, mutram and utsarga here refers to that which is dropped out. It's a solid excreta from the body. Apanaha tena marutaha. Tena marutaha apanaha. So for this reason, okay, since apanayati, he takes away. Then he further describes, see, Indra Gopa Pratikashaha Sandhya Jalada Sannibhaha. Indra Gopa Pratikashaha. Indra Gopa is a term which they used to refer to a kind of a fly which will have a variety of colors. This one kind of firefly which has some multicolors on the top. This is what is called Indra Gopa. So he is similar to that. This is for the sake of Upasana. Pratikashaha Sandhya Jalada Sannibhaha. Jalada is Megha. Sandhya Jalada means during that time, so the Megha also will have other colors. Understand? Evening, so there will be a red light which is coming from this side. Jalada Sannibhaha. So where does he reside? So he uses this phrase Medre Payaucha Uru Aksha Janushu. So Medra refers to that through which you pass urinal. Payu refers to that anal region. Payu. Then Janu. So Janu is the most important thing. Okay, the knee joint. Then he further says Janghe Udare Krikatyam. Okay, so Jangha. What is Jangha? Jangha means this thigh region. Okay. Sometimes they use this for the portion between knee and ankle also. So both, it can be calf, it can be thigh. Both kind of usages are there, if I am right. Okay, in some places I have seen that also. So the calf muscles are also referred to. Jangho Dare Krikat. Krikati means this neck joint is called Krikati. Jangho Dare Krikatyanche. So if the apana is not cooperating, okay, so you may have to wear a band in the neck also. Krikatyanche Nabhi Mule Chatisthati. So he says in various places he resides. This is a nice description that we have. Then comes to Vyana. So here in this verse, Nissaram Putigandham Tejati. But this is a more graphic description of what is being done by Apana. Now comes this Vyana. Vyano Dhyanayate Channam.
Vyano
Dhyanayate Channam. Vyano Dhyanayate Channam. Sarvavyadhi Prakopanaha. Sarvavyadhi Prakopanaha. Sarvavyadhi Prakopanaha. Maharajana Saprakyaha.
Maharajana Saprakyaha.
Maharajana Saprakyaha. Hanopadanakarakaha. Hanopadanakarakaha.
Hanopadanakarakaha.
Hanopadanakarakaha. Sachakshi Karnayor Madhye. Sachakshi Karnayor Madhye. Sachakshi Karnayor Madhye. Katyor Vai Gulbhayorapi. Katyor Vai Gulbhayorapi. Katyor Vai Gulbhayorapi. Proshthasthane Sphiguddeshe. Proshthasthane Sphiguddeshe. Proshthasthane Sphigud. Spik. Okay. Spiguddeshe. Proshthasthane Spiguddeshe. Pitch is the word. Spiguddeshe Tishthatyatra Nirantaram. Tishthatyatra Nirantaram. Tishthatyatra Nirantaram. Spandayatyadharam Vaktram. Spandayatyadharam Vaktram. Spandayatyadharam Vaktram. Gatranetra Prakopanaha. Gatranetra Prakopanaha.
Gatranetra Prakopanaha.
There is a famous verse normally, this is what is quoted. Hridiprano Budepanaha Samano Nabhisamsthitaha. So then there the description is Vyana Sarvashariragaha. So that is what we will see. So that is what is being captured here. Sarva Sharirakaha means is almost there throughout the body. Okay. So prana was confined to this region. Okay. So and then some specific regions were mentioned for apana. So vyana, so here samanaha adhyanayate cha annam sarvavyadhi prakopanaha. So then the color is being stated here. Maharajana saprakhyaha. Maharajana saprakhyaha. This Maharajanam is basically some sort of a saffron color. Golden saffron color is what is called. I think even in Veda there is a use. Maharajanam. Okay. Maharajana saprakhyaha hanopadanakarakah. So hanopadanakarakah means, so when you lift something, when you drop something, all of them. Hanam means dropping. Grahanam means lifting. Even when you want to lift, so something may happen in the hip. Okay, so this vayu so gets locked somewhere. So anyway, so hanopadana karakaha means one who facilitates him. Then Akshikarnayor Madhye. So even there he says Akshikarnayor Madhye Katyoho. Nita Sutabhya. Kati. Kati means this waist region. Katyor. Then Gulpayorapi. Katyor Vai Gulpayorapi. Gulpa means ankle. See, Gulpa, when you see in Sanskrit, they will say Padak Granthihi. The ankle is a region where so many things are twisted. You see, Granthihi means a big knot. This ankle, you have a serious knot of various things if you study. After all, that is the fellow who is allowing you to have all sorts of action. Okay. So there is a Padak Granthi is what they say. This description of Gulpa. Gulpayorapi. So Proshthasthane Spiguddeshe. So Spiguddesha means this buttocks region. So that is it is called. And Proshtha, this stool and so on. So that region. So Spiguddeshe Tishthatyatra Nirantaram. Then he says Spandayati. Spandayati means is when I have to speak. So this jaws have to move. Okay. So Spandayathyadharam Vaktram. Adharam Vaktram Spandayati. The lower portion. So the top remains fixed. Spandayathyadharam Vaktram Gatra Netra Prakopanaha. So this is the description. Then we have the description of Udana. Udana, he says, Udvejayati marmani. Udvejayati marmani.
Udvejayati marmani. Udvejayati marmani.
Udano nama marutaha.
Udano nama marutaha. Udano nama marutaha.
Vidyutpaka savarnasyat. Vidyutpaka savarnasyat. Vidyutpaka savarnasyat. Uchunashanakarakaha. 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 Padayor hastayoschapi. Padayor hastayoschapi. Padayor hastayoschapi. Tattat sandhishu vartate. Tattat sandhishu vartate. Tattat sandhishu vartate. So this Udana is described to be someone who is present in various joints. Tattat sandhishu vartate. Padayoho hastayoho. And in fact, the word marma is used to refer to the joint of various limbs. Okay, the vulnerable points in the Sharira. Okay, so marmasthana. So there, this Udana is what is being described. See, Udvejayati marmani. Marmani Udvejayati. Udano nama marutaha. And the description of the Udana in terms of the color is Vidyutpaka savarnasyat. Some sort of a bright lightning kind of a thing. Okay. Savarnasyat. And the another aspect which is being described is Uchunasanaka. Uchunam means swelling. Okay, suppose you have teeth pain, so there will be some swelling here. Uchu nasanakaraka. This is another description that we find of udana here. Okay, now let us move on to quickly samana. Pitam bhakshitamaghratam. Pitam bhakshitamaghratam.
Pītam bhakshitamaghratam. Pītam bhakshitamaghratam.
Rakta pitta kaphanilat.
Rakta pitta kaphalinat. Rakta pitta kaphalinat.
Kapha anilat.
Oh, kaphalinat.
Nilat.
Rakta
Pitta kapha nilat. Samam nayati gatrani.
Samam nayati gatrani. Samam nayati gatrani.
Samano nama marutaha.
Samano nama marutaha. Samano nama marutaha.
Gokshira sadrisakaraha. Gokshira sadrisakaraha.
Gokshirasadrishakaraha.
Sarvadehe vyavasthitaha.
Sarvadehe vyavasthitaha. Sarvadehe vyavasthitaha.
So here he says Raktapitta khapanilat bhakshitam aghratam. Okay, so nayati samam nayati. Okay, so samam nayati samanaha. So the one who enables the transmission, okay, to various parts of the body is called samanaha. Gokshira sadrishakaraha sarvadehe vyavasthitaha. Okay, so to Gokshira sadrishakaraha. So this is something which has been conceived as something which is white in nature. Okay, Gokshira sadrishakaraha sarvadehe vyavasthitaha. So this is the description that we find in a text called Yogarnava. So that is where we find some of these verses and detailed description of the Pancha Prana. Now, let me quickly come back to the use of the word prana in this verse. So, prana, as I was mentioning to you, in fact, in the Upanishadic literature, if you see, prana in certain places will be used to refer to the Brahman itself. Okay, the primordial entity. Depending upon what is described in the Vakya before and after. So after this Parishilanam, so you may have to describe that the word prana refers to Brahman itself. So there are various places in which the prana is used to refer to Indriyas, and that is what is being referred to by Acharya in the third quarter of this verse, prana santarpanartham. Okay, so that word prana should be understood as Indriyas itself. Then this Panchavritti prana. So this is, if you find the word pranaha as a Bahuvachanam, then it should be understood as only Indriyas. So this is a thumb rule which you can think of when you study the Upanishads. Okay? So this prana. So this, if it is used in Ekavachanam, so then this refers to the group of 5 things which we call as prana. Okay, Panchavritti prana. In fact, there is a special adhikaranam which has been devoted by Acharya. Maybe I will take that up or quickly summarize in the next class. So there we have Navayukriye Prithakupadeshat. So this is what he is saying. This prana should not be conceived as Vayu itself, mere Vayu. Neither can it be conceived as the one who simply performs the activities by themselves, create. Why do we have the sutra? So we have the sutra because the Sankhyas, they do not list prana in the 25 tattvas which they have listed. If you will, Moola Prakriti Ravikritihi, Mahadadyaf Prakriti Vikritaya Sapta, Shodashagascha Vikaraha, Na Prakriti Navikritihi. So that is how it goes. Okay? So Purushaha. So there, you don't find this prana listed. So they have a karika. So in fact, the karika goes like this. Samanya Karanavrittihi Pranadya Vajavah Pancha. So this is how they basically describe. So Bhagavad Pada quotes this in his commentary to this sutra. Navayu Kriye. The reason that is supplied is Prithagupadeshat. Prithagupadeshat means, so this has been separately described. Separately described where? In various Shrutis. Separately from what? From Vayu. When it talks of various Srishti, so there is a Vayu Srishti which is separately said, and then there is something which is described as Prana. So therefore, Prithagupadeshat means Prithagupadeshat Shrutahu. So this is how it has been described. And why? So should we take this position, etc.? Perhaps we can quickly rush through before we take the next verse in the next class. Okay, now let us read this verse. Pranenam bhamsi bhuyaha pipati punaraso annamashnati tatra tatpahakam jatharognihi Tadupahita balaha drakshanirva karoti Vyanas salvanganadi shvathanayati rasam pranasantarpanartham nissaram bhudigandham tejati bahirayam dehato panasamnyaha. Om Sarve Psikhinas Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhavet. Om